So to continue with Ramayanam, few stories that are there is about Lakshmana and his wife Urmila. Now Urmila's sacrifice that is there in the Ramayanam is not highlighted much. Just as we have Sita Devi, Rama, Lakshmana as important characters in the Ramayanam, we similarly have characters like Urmila, Maandvi, Bharata's wife, who are also important characters. Why so? Sita Devi accompanies Rama to the forest. Urmila does not accompany Lakshmana. In fact, while Lakshmana was going to the forest, when he makes up his mind, at that time Rama tells him that only if you get the permission of Mother Sumitra and your wife Urmila, you can accompany us. That's when Mother Sumitra tells that for you, where is Rama? Wherever Rama is, that is Ayodhya for you. Today onwards, Rama and Sita are your parents. And this is only reason why you have been even given birth to. That's why Lakshmana is one of the Bhagavatottamas. So Sumitra allows Lakshmana. Next, when he goes to Urmila, his wife at that time, Urmila, she tells that I also want to accompany you. That's when Lakshmana tells that if you also come along with me, who will serve Mother Kaushalya? Who will look after them? So that's when it seems that Urmila does not argue back, but very softly she asks Lakshmana a question. She says, when will I get an opportunity to do seva to you? That is, when should I follow my Patni Dharmam? When such questions Urmila asks, now Lakshmana we know is short-tempered, right? So immediately Lakshmana tells that right from the time or on the day when I saw you or on the day when there were talks happening. Now if you go to Mithilapuri, during Sita Swayamvaram, an idea comes to Janaka as well as Vishwamitra that if Sita and Rama are getting married to each other, why not propose Urmila, the second daughter of Janaka, for Lakshmana? On that day itself, Urmila was very happy when she hears the news because she was to accompany her sister Sita. Moreover, she started liking Lakshmana and so on. Lakshmana, it seems that on that day only he gave her a very stern and angry look, it seems. That's when the other princesses of Mithilapuri used to have this thought saying that why is this person looking like this? What is the need, right? To at least in the first meeting itself to give such a stern look, it's not at all acceptable. But then on that day itself it seemed, now all these are folklores, you will not find this in the original Valmiki Ramayanam, these are all small stories here and there. That's when Lakshmana tells Urmila, it seems on that day, that it seems that there are talks about our marriage also, but I don't want to get married. That was the shock of her life for Urmila, because everyone was telling her you are about to get married to Lakshmana, great, very a warrior of Ayodhya and so on. And suddenly Lakshmana comes and tells I am not ready for marriage. Moreover, Lakshmana tells Urmila that you go and tell your parents that you don't wish to get married also, our marriage cannot take place. Urmila gets another shock. That's when, but she was also smart enough, right? She was also a Arya Kanya, just as Sita later highlights in the Ramayanam. Arya Kanyas, meaning they belong to the Arya Vamsham and they know how to fight and how to be a warrior themselves. That's when Arya Kanya she was. That's when Urmila tells that if you don't wish to get married to me, why should I go and tell my parents? You go and tell your parents, you go and tell your guru. That's when Lakshmana tells, no, I cannot do that. That's when Urmila says, even I cannot do it then. She was also very stern. But on that day, then Lakshmana, he calms down and he tells her that the reason I am refusing marriage is I will not be able to follow Pati Dharmam that is there. Because I have dedicated my entire life to my brother Rama, and now that he is getting married, obviously to his wife Sita. Therefore, maybe I cannot spend much time with you, I cannot fulfill all your wishes, I cannot follow my Pati Dharmam also. Urmila at that time promises him saying that I will never ever complain in my life. That's when Lakshmana agrees, and that's how both of them they get married. So later during this Vanavasam period, but when she questions, saying that when will I get an opportunity to follow my Patni Dharmam, that is when Lakshmana tells that you please don't ask me such questions for which I don't have answers at all. And that's when Urmila asks for forgiveness and the topic closes. That's when Lakshmana tells Urmila that while I go to the forest also, while I go for Vanavasam, never leave me with, you don't bid me farewell with with tears in your eyes, you send me away happily so that smiling face I will keep in my heart for the next 14 years that are there. And then we also have the story of Nidra Devi. Lakshmana does not sleep for 14 years at all because he had to take care of Rama and Sita. That's when Urmila, it seems that she goes into that Nidra stage, because Nidra Devi also cannot be stopped. That's the reason all of us also, we might sleep late, we might sleep early, but there is a point wherein all of us, we have to sleep, right? Nobody can stay all awake. Nidra is also a form of goddess only, Nidra Devi. She also cannot be insulted. That's when Lakshmana tells Nidra Devi that for 14 years or so, goddess, you please leave me, but you can consider my wife Urmila for this. And he tells that, Urmila, this is your seva, this is your Patni Dharmam that you should do for me. And till the day of Rama's coronation, till Lakshmana returns back from Vanavasam, it seems that Urmila sleeps also. And if this had not been done, if this sacrifice was not been done by Urmila, then Lakshmana would never be able to kill Meghanada, because Indrajit was granted a boon that he can be killed by a person, Gudakesha. Who's Gudakesha? One name for Arjuna also. One who has overcome sleep. Lakshmana was that. But still Nidra has to be given to someone. That's the reason Urmila sleeps. Moreover, Urmila also has a condition which she makes, saying that when I get up from my sleep also, I should see only my Lord Lakshmana in front of me. And no doubt after Lakshmana returns from Vanavasam, he fulfills this wish of Urmila. So this was the great sacrifice which Urmila does. Later in the Uttarakandam also one reference comes in when Sita Devi again had to go for Vanavasam. At that time, Sita Devi tells Lakshmana, you please drop me in the forest also. This time Lakshmana tells Urmila that, last time when I came to bid farewell to you, I had promised to you that I will come back after 14 years. But this time, I don't know the time at all, whether I will even come or no. This time Urmila says, I don't have any problem. I have learned to live with memories also. But now, you please bring my sister along and then only return. Obviously, that does not take place. The story goes in another way also. But then this was the sacrifice of Urmila and Lakshmana. Moreover, even if you look at Maandvi also, when Bharata also decides to leave Ayodhya and live on the outskirts of Nandigramam, at that time, Maandvi, it seems that she also comes rushing to Nandigramam. That's when Bharata asks, why have you come here? She tells, I also want to follow my Patni Dharmam, I also wish to live with you. That's when he tells that, no, I am living the life of an ascetic also, and I don't want you to live here. Moreover, you have to take care of our parents, our mothers also in the palace, so you should go back. So it's not only the Vanavasam of Rama Sita alone, innumerable sacrifices made by Bharata, made by Lakshmana, made by Urmila, made by Maandvi, they also were separated from their husbands for those 14 years that are there. Sita Devi accompanies Rama, but the sacrifice of Urmila and Maandvi also has to be noted. Yeah? So these are all small stories that are there, but very, very important characters again from the Ramayanam. Okay.